So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faisal Adnan, and I'm here with Muhammad Amri, and we'll be presenting our final project, which is based upon our topic, which is Academic Advising Management System. And this is presented by Group F. So let's start with why this system is necessary. We actually analyzed the current manual advising process and found three main points. The first is the fragmented data retrieval. We found out that the advisors actually waste a lot of time pulling records from different outdated spreadsheets. Then secondly, we found out about high scheduling friction, which is about trying to book a meeting through email chains, which actually causes double bookings and frustrates the students who are trying or attempting to seek help. And third, we found out about reactive problem discovery, which is right now advisors only find out a student is failing after the final grades came up, which is simply too late for an actual intervention or for a proper guidance. Next is our main goal, that as you can see our main goal modeling diagram here. On top of our goal is G1, which is to reduce student academic attrition, which basically means we want to stop students from failing or dropping out. We do this in two main ways. First is G3, on focusing making the advising process much smoother. We achieve this by adding an easy appointment booking system and keeping the sessions safely locked. And secondly, G2, which is about supporting struggling students early. Instead of waiting for final grades to come up, the system gives advisors a real-time view of students' progress and automatically flags anyone who is at risk of failing. And finally, we have our soft code here, which is SG1. This just means that while we are doing all this tracking and booking, the system must keep all student data strictly private and secure at all times. Next, we have came up to build this, we found a structured requirement engineering framework, which we have broken down into three main core activities, which are elicitation, negotiation, and documentation. For elicitation, we didn't just guess what the users wanted. We conducted interviews with alumni to find out the real pain points. We ran an actual online survey using Google Forms with current students to capture their expectations and analyzed existing documents to understand the actual data workflows. Next was negotiation. We used the Kano model to prioritize features that students found most valuable. When conflicts arose, for example, between ease of users and security, we resolved them strictly according to the university rules and PDPA privacy laws. And for that documentation, we translated all these needs into our formal SRS document. And finally, for our requirements management, we utilized a cloud platform called InnoSlate, and we use this as a centralized repository to store all of our requirements and generate a dynamic traceability matrix. This guaranteed that no requirement was left and everything traced perfectly back to our goals.
Okay, next is the requirement statement. We organized our system requirement into four main categories. First are the functional requirements, which describe what the system must do. These are divided into 6 modules, including identity and access control, student portfolio, appointment scheduling, consultation logs, predictive analytics, and administrative configuration. Second are the quality requirements, which define how well the system should perform, such as performance, safety, and security. So the third one are the constraint requirement, which specify technical and organizational limitations, including database, privacy, localization, and architecture constraint. So lastly, we define business rule, which represent the university's policy that the system must enforce, such as appointment limits and academic regulations. So together with this, requirements provide a complete specification for the academic advising management system. Okay, next, after documenting the requirements, we perform a requirement validation to ensure that the specification was accurate and ready for development. So first, we conducted a collaborative requirement review where the requirements were reviewed for correctness, consistency, and completeness while removing any ambiguous statement. So next, we carry out prototype validation by presenting a prototype to stakeholders and collecting feedbacks. So this will help us refine the user interface and improve the overall workflow before the implementation. And finally, we assign the verification method to every requirement, such as inspection, testing, demonstration, or analysis, to ensure that each requirement can be verified during system testing. So as a result, the final requirements are complete, consistent, feasible, traceable, and testable. So next, we will go to the RM tool exploration. So now, at our requirement management tool for the academic advising management system, we choose InnoSlate. So here on the dashboard, you can see the activity feed. Uh, this is crucial for our team collaboration. Uh, you can see here there is only my name because me and my partner using the same account, which is the author. So it will not see any uh, true collaboration with other account because there is a problem with my partner's account registration. So as you can see that the feed, we can see any changes that has been made within this requirement tool. For example, uh, if we want to make changes, you can see who made the changes, what changes do they make, and when did they make. So it gives us an immediate oversight for the project. So next, we need to see how does the tool allow us to store the requirement. So as you can see here on the dashboard, on the top navigation bar, we can document and create a document. Think of this document creation is like a module for our project. For example, we want to create identity control module. So we will give a name, let's say a number, any number, say 9, since the latest one that I made long ago is 8. So name, let's say just test 9, and we will have the description empty, and this is where we choose the blank document, and then we will create the module. So this is where we choose our requirement. So here, it gives us option to choose the requirement. First, we will use ID, for example, EMS ID 001, as ID 001, and name the document, let's say requirement 9, 1. And then this is where we put our description, for example, that the system shall or the user must, and this is our rationale, and we will check the quality score. And then this is our option to choose the label to show if the requirement is for functional, quality, or constraint. So this is a multiple option. First, you need to know which is for functional requirement and which is for quality or constraint requirement. So let's say we choose functional requirement. Then that's it. And then we hit save. After that, this is our requirement. And if you look at the database, since it use internet and since it is a version control, it will always update it instantly. And as you can see, after creating, you can see our latest here. Then dashboard, you can see activity feed, it updated instantly. I updated, and what do I update and when. So, as the project evolves, how does the tool allow us to manage requirement changes? So this InnoSlate, it will act as a secure version control system where it will automatically save uh, instantly or every time. So let's say if I click on any specific requirement in any module, say I want to add some things. Say I just add the dot. Say what the change is, I just add the dot. And then after that, I can hit save. But let's say I just cancel. And the changes that I have made, for example, here. This happened 2 minutes ago where I updated the rationale for requirement 1.2.3 where I just add a dot. So this is how InnoSlate able to track its evolution or rollback if a mistake was made. So next, we look at the documentation where how do the tool support our requirement specification. So once our requirement finalized, this InnoSlate allow us to automatically produce a generated specification. So by clicking the database and install the report, and let's say that you want to use CSV because it is the easiest one, and choose not to include any, and sort by number because it is easy to look, because sorting by number is easier to read. And let's say we name it as 11 and we hit create. Automatically it will just create, it will download as a CSV, but since my last open the CSV using Excel, this will allow us to show it easily. For example, test 11 currently that we download. So automatically the file will up as to sort it by ID, class, number, name, and description. So as you can see, this is all the list that exists in our document. So that is how we use uh, InnoSlate for the requirement management tool for this project. Thank you.